Hello, welcome to WWE UK Championship Tournament night number 2. This event was actually pretty damn good. As the first one, this one was actually better than the first one. What shocked me the most out of this entire event, and that was surprising, was the NXT World Tag Team titles changing hands tonight in the opener with Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong losing to Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, the Mustache Mountain. That was a bit of a shocker, seeing the NXT tag titles be transitioned over to a UK tag team when they don't predominantly show up on NXT very often. Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, I think, maybe should have had the tag team titles if you want to really go that far into things and give it to a tag team that really you wouldn't expect to win the tag team titles. At least we see those two guys on NXT almost on a daily basis on week-to-week episodes. The in-ring action overall was very good. There was no complaints there. I was very intrigued by it. There was a lot of miscues on Roderick Strong's part, though. He did make some mistakes, which does beg the question and suspect that maybe, just maybe, there's a sign that Bobby Fish is returning from injury, and we're going to be seeing Roderick Strong get kicked out of the Undisputed Era for his mistakes, costing the team their gold. That I hope doesn't happen. I think Roderick Strong is a great asset to the Undisputed Era. I think he plays a heel fantastically. So, do I believe that he's a guy that deserves to be kicked out of that group? No way. I would be very shocked by this, but then again, they really didn't need Roderick Strong to begin with. Bobby Fish was more than enough to have with Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. So, at the end of the day, this is really a shocker to me to see those two guys lose the tag titles to Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, I should say. Keep pronouncing the last name incorrectly, but hey, I'm not going ahead and making any money off these videos anyway, so nobody's gonna kill me if I don't get them right? Correct? Charlie Morgan defeated Killer Kelly. I can't even pronounce these fucking names correctly. Damn it to hell. Charlie Morgan defeated Killer Kelly. And didn't really watch this match, didn't care. Fatal 4-Way was announced at the beginning of this matchup. It was originally supposed to be a triple threat matchup in the beginning of the show. But they put Noam Dar into this matchup, and he actually wins to become the number one contender for the UK Championship. So the next guy running up for the UK Championship, of course, is Noam Dar. Travis Banks, he performed okay in this matchup. Flash Morgan Webster, he was alright. And Mark Andrews was the best one of them all. Adam Cole defeated Wolfgang during the NXT of last year. The Undisputed Era ran roughshod through the entire NXT division and also injuring Wolfgang. Wolfgang was out for blood, wanted an opportunity to become the NXT North American Champion. Well, match was good, but no luck for him. He ends up losing this matchup. Adam Cole, baby, is still the NXT North American Champion. We had an NXT tag team matchup. Purely NXT competitors. No UK performers, nothing like that. Aleister Black and Ricochet tag teamed against Velveteen Dream and EC3. EC3 was unfortunately left alone at the end of this match because Velveteen Dream sustained a supposed injury. I don't know if this is real or this is actually part of a script that Velveteen Dream was following within the match. Whether that is the case or not, Velveteen Dream refused to tag himself in by EC3, so he went ahead and got off the apron and walked away, looking like he was in severe pain. EC3 kept begging him to return back to the ring so they can tag him in and be able to get some rest so they didn't end up losing the matchup altogether. Well, unfortunately, EC3 tried to have the balls to stand up to Aleister Black and unfortunately ate a black mass to the head and lost the match. Ricochet performed very well as usual, very much of the glimpses of the NXT TakeOver Chicago 2 event that we saw about a week or two back. And once again, he impressed everybody. Velveteen Dream was pretty good until the injury that occurred during the matchup, as I already mentioned earlier, just a few moments ago. I don't know if that was cause for real or that was just part of the storyline of the match. Hopefully it was just storyline of the match. That way we can still get to see Velveteen Dream and he ain't going to be out at a certain period of time before we can actually see him in performances again. The next match, the co-main event, Shayna Baszler defended her women's championship against Toni Storm. This matchup was a very good women's competition that we got to see for the women's championship of NXT. Shayna Baszler, there's nothing to say much about her. She is a great in-ring performer. She is making Ronda Rousey look pathetic. I mean, character-wise. In-ring-wise, I mean, they're pretty much neck for neck. I like both of them in the ring, but I like Shayna Baszler the best. Ronda Rousey should have been playing a heel when she came into WWE. Not this goody two-shoes smiling moron. She doesn't come across to me like that. When she was in UFC, she was very much of a hard-nosed, trash-talking, in-your-face kind of person and took nobody's shit. So that's what I got from all of that. And Shayna Baszler plays that role in NXT very well, which is why she's working out so well, in my opinion. The ending of this match was very intelligent by Shayna Baszler. The action went back and forth. Shayna Baszler worked on a body part, which was the leg of Toni Storm, and she really put her in a lot of submission holds. Eventually, she put her in a rear naked choke. What the fuck is wrong with me? I can't even talk tonight. But yeah, she was placed in a rear naked choke, Toni Storm. And she eventually was able to roll over and get to the ropes, breaking up the hold. She rolls outside the ring, and Shayna Baszler follows. Shayna Baszler then locks in the rear naked choke once again, making her pass out long enough so that she can get the count out and assuring her for the victory. So, her doing that was a very smart move. I mean, if you can't put somebody away because of the ropes being there, do it on the outside of the ring. Apply the hold, knock them out, get back in the ring, retain your title. Simple as that. Nothing hard. And she did the right thing there. That was a smart decision on her part. It was very smart, intellectual in-ring wrestling that a heel should show. Now, after the match, she didn't need to go about doing this. And Mauro Ranallo, oh my God, man, this guy is the voice of all voices. Of modern day wrestling, he is the best play-by-play commentator we have ever seen since Jim Ross. There's no doubt in my mind about that. That comment I just said is true to nature that you can get. I mean, honestly, there is not another announcer today that can come close to JR. Not anybody. Not Michael Cole. Sure as hell ain't him. Tom Phillips? Nope. Not him either. There's nobody. And Nigel McGuinness is a great color commentator. They remind me a lot of Jerry the King Lawler and JR. Honestly, if you gave them the main roster and allowed them to do play-by-play announcing for all the matches that happen on Raw or SmackDown for that matter, they would make them 10 times better than the match itself. Not to mention it would entertain the audience that are watching at home. Because these two guys together, they play legitimate sports in-your-face entertainment. They entertain you and they provide you with sport authenticity. I can't even fucking pronounce the word. You get what I mean. They give you a lot of realism to what a sport really should sound and look like. But at the end of the day, they're not on the main roster, which is a sad part. That's why their stuff is better than the main roster itself. And that's all there can be said on that. But moving on to the main event. Pete Dunne defending the UK Championship. This match seemed like it went on for almost an hour. At the end of the day, Zach Gibson ended up losing this matchup. Pete Dunne hit his finisher and got the 1-2-3. The action went back and forth non-stop. You couldn't tell who was going to walk away the UK champion. But at the end of the day, Pete Dunne retained his title. I was very happy and satisfied with that. Though Zach Gibson did display why he was deserving of being the number one contender after winning that tournament. He was fantastic. The way his character is, he shines through to you. He gives you something of some kind of character value that makes you want to hate him. And he is a very good character. He plays very well in his role. And whatever he was doing in other independent wrestling organizations in the UK before he got to WWE's UK event, he needs to continue doing that. Because it's working very well for him, and eventually we probably will see him as the UK champion at some point. But at the end of the day, the matchups were very good. There was nothing to complain about. There was nothing to gripe on. There's nothing to whine about. You got old school wrestling at its finest. Now all we need is some storyline build-up to give us a reason to be very excited for the event outside of the in-ring competition that we got to see. And we got everything rolling the way it should be. But at this time, guys, leave your comments and opinions down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. Hit the like button if you like the video. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And I thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you have a great night.